It's a growing trend for some of America's leading companies. More paid time off for family care, including newborns, spouses, and aging parents.
This week, Deloitte, the auditing and tax services company, announced what it calls the most extensive family leave policy in the professional services industry. We're joined by Deloitte CEO Kathy Engelbert. Kathy, good morning.
Anthony, great to be here.
First of all, why did you do this, and what does the new policy specifically say for the employees?
So let me start with why we did it. We look at, as a professional services firm employing over 70,000 people in the U.S., as our clients are innovating. Our innovation is around talent, around our people. So that was first. We've got a multi-generational workforce. Someone like me, the last of the baby boomers, is looking more towards the aging parents. There's others that are coming into our workforce looking for flexibility and predictability. There's our mid-career professionals who are looking more for the parental leave, men and women. So this is expanding it beyond, across very inclusively.
As an employee, it is hard to imagine anyone who would disagree with a potential of 16 weeks paid time off. But I'm curious, as an employer, is it hard to backfill people who might be gone for the full 16 weeks and may even need more time?
Right. So the policy is about up to 16 weeks, men and women, for whatever their life's journey needs are. And we work in a lot of teams. So we work with a lot of the Fortune 500 in big teams. So we don't believe that it'll be disruptive, but it's certainly something. If we need to fill gaps, we have broad capability to do so. We can tap into the emergence of the open talent network to fill some of those gaps. So we do not think it'll be disruptive, but it's certainly something that went into the consideration.
In terms of hiring, how does this change things for you?
One of the reasons to do this also is to attract and retain, but attract talent. And I think this is going to be a big lift for...
It gives you a significant advantage.
Gives you a significant advantage if you can differentiate yourself in this war for talent across all of our businesses. This will be an important factor as you think about millennials who look at purpose over profits. They think about these things as they're selecting an employer.
I look at your stats since you started at CEO, and they're very impressive. And the one that stuck out to me is that 2/3 of the new employees you've hired are women and minorities. Are you making a conscious shift so that these types of industries attract different players?
We are trying to absolutely attract the best and the brightest. And in that workforce pool that we look at, if the best and the brightest are women and minorities, that's where we pull from. But there is no quota. This is about the outcome of an inclusive culture is the way we're hiring. We hire off campus, we hire experienced hires out of MBA programs, and this is just the outcome of being inclusive in the way we think about our workforce.
We are the only industrialized nation that does not have universal paid family leave. Do you think it's time to change that?
I think from the perspective, what we're trying to do is lead on leave, and we're trying to be a role model so that other companies will follow. And absolutely, we need more companies to step up and lead on this issue. The one thing that's happened over the past 24 hours since we launched this, I've had hundreds of emails from our people, men and women, saying, thank you, this is going to change my life. Thank you. I may never use this, but it gives me peace of mind to know it's there.
I got to know, what was the reaction when you announced it? I mean, did people cry? Were there hugs? I'm sure you were the favorite.
There are some inspirational stories about, my husband was just diagnosed with cancer, or my father just died, and this will give me the opportunity to take the time off I need. So a lot of inspirational stories. And then from parents, too, because generally we did give parental leave, but we're upping the parental leave for our men. And this will be a huge hit with them who want to spend more time at home. And I think it will help elevate the mom in the workplace, that maybe there's a real shared responsibility.
Obviously, there's an expense here. You're paying for people to take 16 weeks off. What corporately was there any pushback on this idea?
Yeah, there's always an analysis of the pros and cons, but what we focused on are the benefits of retaining people who otherwise might leave the workforce because they don't get the appropriate time off, particularly in the parental care space. So this way, we think there'll be offsets to any cost that there is in filling a gap for someone leaving. Will be an offset of a huge benefit for the retention of people, because you have to go out and hire new people because people leave the company. There's a big cost to that.
We hope that you're setting a trend for other blue chip employers. Kathy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's great to be here.